Thank you, Prabhu. So this is that Nelson column, which is so huge, you see. And just in front of the Nelson column, you will see the three Raths standing there. And all you see on the side, there is this fountains and all that. And that's the place where they will keep the tents for the various, shawls and all that. And then kirtans will be going on one side, prasadam distribution on the other side. So crowded. It is a normal crowd, but when the Rathas come, that time it is on the Rath Yatra day, it's really crowded. Well, I mean, like very, very huge crowd will be there. And tubes, the underground metros, they call it underground. We call it metros, no? So it will all be so crowded. Everywhere you will see devotees. Very amazing. So I heard a few interesting things about because this Jagannath actually was there from Prabhupada's time. The Jagannath Baladesh right now. Since then, in fact, they are in the London ISKCON temple, so the Soho Street temple, and they follow the usual Snan Yatra, and then he is brought out and he is taken in a Benz car, all of them, each one of them in Benz car to the site, and after that, the Lord gets onto in his Rath. The Rath starts moving, and it's the most, what do you call, completely packed and the main downtown of London. It's not like in outskirts and all. Right in the middle of the downtown. Since then, they have not changed the place. It's still happening in the downtown. And normally, the UK government does not give any exception to anybody to use the city for their festivals normally, except for their government festivals. I think once a year it comes, whatever. Um, Normally, they don't do because 24 hours the buses run. The London city bus, it runs 24 hours non-stop. And underground also, it stops only for 2 hours or so in a day, the midnight, after post midnight. It's So during this time, when our Raths goes, no, all the buses, underground, everything is stopped. And in fact, uh, that's it is the only festival for which the UK government allows this stoppage. And I think they charge something to the or ISKCON section. That is something which they do. But these three Raths, when they go, there is this whole streets. All these streets are all like big streets, but they are packed streets, and you will not see to whatever the extent you can see, you cannot see anything but heads. Yeah, so huge crowd will be there, and amazing kirtans, and especially at this time of the year, June, July, this time the weather will be really good in UK. Only for those 3-4 months the weather is good, and uh, so that is an amazing thing. And before the Rath starts, in the starting point, the Queen's horses, they come and raise their legs and pay respects to the Lord, to their Lordship. And that is how they respect the Lord. That has been happening forever since it started. So with Prabhupada's mercy, that all these many things are there, even more many things are there. And this is one of the examples. And Prabhupada has really given this example of Trafalgar Square so that, it's so famous thing, Nelson column. But even in that edition, after the Rath Yatra, they made this statement. And Prabhupada also said, ISKCON Rath Yatra is rival to the Nelson column in Trafalgar Square. That's their headline, actually. Media is never kind to Prabhupada's movement, but somehow they managed to put this nice quote there, and Prabhupada ensured that it is there in the purport also. This is an amazing thing. So let's read further. Mm, Actually, yes, anybody was sharing something? Hare Krishna. Shiva Prabhu, you're saying something?
No, Prabhuji, not from me.
Okay, I thought you was the only one.
Shall
Not
I
sure if
read
anyone
text
else.
20?
Yes, Prabhu.
Text 20 translation. The decorations included bright mirrors and hundreds of chamaras, white whisk made of yak tails. On top of the car were a neat and clean canopy and a very beautiful flag.
Now, if you see, one thing I wanted to highlight here is that now we are all very, I mean, pretty much everywhere the template is made, how the Rath should be, the canopy, and how it is built, the wheels, and everything is, our ISKCON Raths are like standard template is there. But in the beginning, in the 1967 or 68, around that time when Prabhupada started the very first Rath Yatra in the West, is US, west of the US, that is San Francisco. I think that's where he did the first Rath Yatra. They didn't even know how to make a Rath. And Jayananda Prabhu was the one who was trying different ways. And they just tried their own things. And Prabhupada let them do their thing. You know, it's an amazing thing to hear all this nice history, how they brought up. They just took a truck. And in the truck, on the top of the truck, they put a flat with this thing. And then kept Jagannath there. And that Jagannath Subhadra also were carved, hand carved by one of the Western devotee. And Prabhupada kindly allowed all these things to happen. Frankly speaking, if you see, many times we see that Jagannath is very merciful. Dressing him also is pretty easy. Many times, you just offer boga, do nice prayers. There is, of course, it was followed in the actual Jagannath Puri, but Prabhupada very kindly given us that, merciful exception. The devotees can take him anywhere, and they are really very kind and so sweet, really sweet bhav you can exchange with Lord Jagannath. So it's very nice, really. And you don't have to do all the things about Abhishek and all those other things. Only keep feeding him and you'll be very happy, right? And chant the holy names, of course. So this part is very important that I wanted to highlight that because first was a truck with a flat thing and Jagannath Baldeshwara was on top of it. Then slowly they increased. They didn't even know that which way, how to go about where. Now there is a proper time, like, the police will come and they do all those things. But those days, they'll just go and they will keep chanting and they will see where to go. Okay, turn left. At that point, they will decide where to go and just move out. So I've had the blessings of attending many Rath Yatras in other places, mainly in the US, UK, France, and a few other places also outside India. I mean, I have seen like in Chicago, there will be the what do you call the police thing will be there. There will be guards will be there to go through the entire Rath Yatra. In Washington, D.C., they allow Rath to be part of the July 4th Independence Day celebration. So just like how we do our Independence Day celebration on August 15th, So in America, they will do the same thing in Washington, D.C., the capital thing. So there also I took part and I saw that just like any other group, our Rath also will be standing. And all the devotees should come in proper dress because it's like what do you call? It's a procession. It's like this Independence Day procession. So only the devotees, few devotees, Kirtaniyas, they will be chanting and dancing in the front, and all others will be walking like marching. Only they will turn left, right, and shake wave hands and show their thing like that. So that was a very different experience. And the one in Los Angeles were very sweet. Because in Los Angeles, it's the West Coast, it's nice weather usually most of the time in California. So from the temple, they take the Lord to a beach, the Venice beach. And in the beach, just next to the shore, the beach, Boulevard is there, Venice Boulevard. And that will go for a good distance. And for the Lord to go from the temple on the Varseka Avenue to the Venice Boulevard, takes about 15 minutes drive, 10 to 15 minutes drive. So what they do is that the Lord goes in an open convertible. You know that, right? That the top open convertible. So they have the BMW or Benz open convertibles. 4 cars they have for Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and Prabhupada. And the thing is, all the lights are blocked. The lights will not glow. They mean to say it will all be like that. You know, the ambulance comes or police comes, that it will be blinking. Everybody should stop so that Jagannath's drive from the temple to the thing also should be without stop. There should not be any block for Jagannath. Did not have to wait. So for that they block all the signals, and the Lord will go without stopping in any signals with the cavalcade from beginning to beginning and backwards and front. The cops will be there, and they will go all the way and to the Rath straight. They will stop only in the Rath, and there 3 Raths are there for LA, the New York, all those big Rath Yatras. There are 3 Raths are there. Um, so each one of them will go in one, and then from there the Rath will start, and along the beach it will keep going. It will be a beautiful thing, and then it will end at a point where we have the usual festival of India. You know. So this is now it has become a real good template. Easily they will say, this is the structure, this thing. Size-wise, they will do everything as needed, and we can get done. But those days, the devotees really worked hard to get it right. Sapna Mataji, raise your hand.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I got a very basic question. Should I ask?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Prabhuji, what happens, when Gaur Purnima comes, everyone will tell that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga is merciful. When Janmashtami comes, how Krishna is merciful. When the Ratha Yatra comes, how Jagannath ji is merciful. So devotee like me gets confused because I got Radha Krishna deities. And then I feel I should have everyone. I should serve everyone. So I get confused. So what to do?
Oh, no. Okay. So then you will have to serve Nashankadev Bhagavan. You have to serve other Vaman Dev. Everybody you should serve. Right? Not only the right. So the point is everybody is finally Krishna only. Right?
Mm,
Jagannath is also Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also Krishna.
mm,
So there is no need to, it's only just, wow. So what you should do is, you should think of Jagannath when you are blessing your Radha Krishna on the
mm,
day of the Rath Yatra. When you, on the day of Gaura Purnima, you think of Radha Krishna's, Gaurang Mahaprabhu.
mm. Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
there is nothing wrong. I mean, doesn't mean that you have to bring the whole family of deities and then you will not be able to serve properly, then it will become an offense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
it's very important to be practical. So
Mm,
Prabhupada was saying that because the most important thing is consistency, Mataji. When you
mm,
start doing pompously many things for a week or two, it will run, and then after that, it will just go down like.
mm,
So that is not a good thing for our devotional service. Krishna doesn't care, but for us,
mm,
it will be a problem because there consistency in terms of our chanting, consistency in terms of our study, consistency in terms of our seva. That consistency is very, very important. And whatever is the bare minimum thing which you can do,
mm,
you can do that. Even if you have small laddu gopal at home, doesn't matter.
mm,
He will also, if you serve him, he will be happy.
mm,
I remember my Guru Maharaj gave a nice 10-15 minutes of instruction on deity worship to me when he gifted me the Laddu Gopal in Dwarka. And I
mm,
also have, we also have it in the website and recorded this thing. Very practical. He said
mm,
he is hungry for your devotional service. He is not hungry for the food. He is hungry for your devotional service. He
mm,
said. And he said, the more you preach, the more the Lord will be happy. The more you do devotional, the more you chant, the more you do the sincere devotional service, the more you'll be happy. And then he said,
mm,
your worship should be simple, but it should be intense.
mm.
If you do it
Intense, conscious.
really simple but intense,
Mm,
intensity in terms of our focus and consciousness. right? In terms of our bhakti. That's the main thing. Doesn't matter, which deity you are worshipping. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Shall we move on?
Yes, Prabhu.
Mm.
Haribo, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Text 21.
And it's 21 years old.
The car was also decorated with silken cloth and various pictures. Many brass bells, gongs, and ankle bells rang.
Mm.
Text 22. For the pastimes of Ratha Yatra ceremony, Lord Jagannatha got aboard one car, and his sister Subhadra and elder brother Balarama got aboard two other cars.
See, very importantly, you see the language that Prabhupada is using here. Normally, when we speak, we'll be speaking. Okay, have you put Jagannath in the cart? Have you loaded Jagannath? I mean, you like that, right? We don't ask, has Jagannath boarded the cart? Has he boarded? Has he onboarded the cart? Has he got into the cart? Right? He's a person, and he only decides whether to go join or whether to get into the cart or not. It's not that we are making him to do that. So that's Prabhupada's language is so beautiful here that he said, Lord Jagannath got aboard one car, and his sister and elder brother, they got aboard in the other car. They got aboard. They decided, okay, now I have to go there. I will give the opportunity for these people to lift me and keep me there. I am giving them the power to do it. That's a subtle, beautiful point here. Let's go further.
Text 23. For 15 days, the Lord had remained in a secluded place with the supreme goddess of fortune, had performed his pastimes with her.
Next, Prabhu. So this two verses will read together.
Having taken permission from goddess of fortune, the Lord came out to ride on the Ratha car and perform his pastimes for pleasure of the devotees.
So this Gundicha is actually like the Lord gave this boon to Gundicha, Mata Gundicha, that you will be my mother. So this, Lakshmi Devi is with Jagannath, and the Lord stays in Gundicha for 2 weeks before coming for the Rath festival, right? Or the festival. So actually, Lakshmi Devi gives her permission for the Lord to go on the procession with Baldev and Subhadra, his brother and sister. That is the beautiful thing. And Prabhupada writes in the purport so nicely. In fact, he quotes from Sanskrit point that the Lord stayed in his mother's place with his wife, with Lakshmi Devi. And if he has to go out, he will ask permission to Mother Lakshmi about that I want to go for this, just for an outing with my brother and sister. So it's a very beautiful, nice. I think there is a lot of wonderful points there, but we will. Yes, Anandra Prabhu is raising his hand. He has something nice to share. Yes, Prabhuji. There's a beautiful story behind that, right, Prabhu? That Mother Lakshmi will not be happy with the Lord, and the Lord got into the Rath procession, and he goes and breaks the Lord's cart. Can you please expand on that, Prabhu? I want it to come from the
Yes,
horse's
Hare
mouth.
Krishna. Yes, okay. Hare Krishna. Nanda Pranam. All
And
devotees. Actually, the Rukmini Haran Leela happened on Nirjala Ekadashi day. So, and Dwadasi, Lord Krishna married Rukmini. And
that's why is that why they celebrate Rukmani Dwadasi, or that's a separate thing that is Rukmani Devi's birth appearance? Okay,
it's the
okay,
same thing.
okay.
So that day, so Dwadasi they got married, and on the this thing Purnima is when Snan Yatra happens. And so they have just got married, and then you have Snan Purnima, and the Lord falls sick. So now Rukmini Devi is none other than goddess Lakshmi. So she serves the Lord. For 15 days, she nurses him back to health. And as soon as he gets up, he says, okay, now I want to go out. And
Jagannath.
then Jagannath ji, yes. But and he does not take Rukmini Devi. I mean, he does not take Lakshmi Devi with him. He goes with his brother and sister. So she's angry because she did all the work to get him to nurse him back to health, and as soon as he gets up, he says, "Okay, I'll go," and then he goes there. So on Hira Panchami, which is on the 5th day of Rath Yatra, so on Hira Panchami, goddess Lakshmi sends her servitors to go and break Jagannath's cart.
No, actually, it goes like this, no, Prabhu, that Lakshmi Devi comes to see him, but the Lord had actually kept different security guards in front of the Ratha, in the Gundicha, in front of the Gundicha. And Ratha, and he goes to goes out, and she becomes very upset that how is it that some other security guards are, because Lord knows that if his own security guards are then they know Lakshmi Devi and they would have left her in. So, but deliberately he puts a different securities there, and so they don't allow her inside.
Actually, see, if you see, Lakshmi Devi has no entry to Vrindavan. So, and because now Jagannath is in Vrindavan, okay, which is Gundicha, okay, his birthplace, and that's why Lakshmi Devi does not have any entrance there. So she gets angry and she takes one wood from the chariot to indicate that she is angry.
Yeah, he breaks it. Yeah, of Jagannath's chariot.
Of Jagannath's chariot. And when they return, on their returning yatra, like when the deities get down from the chariot, so Balabhadra and Subhadra Devi enter the temple. But as soon as Jagannath comes out of the chariot and goes to the temple, immediately the temple doors are closed. Lakshmi Devi orders close the temple.
Temple door means Gundicha temple or Sri Mandir?
No. Sri Mandir.
Sri Mandir. So this is during the Ulta Rath Yatra, no, Prabhu?
Ulta. Yes. So on the day when Jagannath ji wants to go back to Sri temple and the main temple, so she closes the door. So Jagannath ji now he tells her so many things. So he also gives her.
He couldn't convince her.
Okay. So there is a mandap called as Chahani mandap. So from where
he's staying there.
So Jagannath ji says, okay, fine. So here are some rasagullas I've got for you, and
he's trying to appease her with the rasgulla, and I think that rasgulla he says I made myself, right?
So many things.
He says that he says I made it myself, but then she says, I know you don't know anything to cook, even to make even hot water. How can you make rasgulla? No. He says my mother Gundicha gave the recipe, so you try to taste it. But when Lakshmi Devi tastes it, it's like never she has tasted such a wonderful rasgulla, and she's very pleased with that. But actually, the Lord tells a lie there. Actually, the recipe was given by Radharani. If he tells Radharani, then Lakshmi will be very upset. So, to cool her, he tells a lie that I got it from Gundicha.
And then he also assures her that you and I, just you and I, we will have our own Rath Yatra.
Yes.
So during Dasara, the 9 days Navratri time, so there is a Gupta Rath Yatra within the temple.
Gupta
Rath Yatra, where only Rukmini Devi and Lord Jagannath's Utsav Murti, which is Madan Mohan, so both of them, they go together within the courtyard of the temple. That is the Gupta Rath Yatra. So many things, Prabhuji, but Jagannath, very sweet pastimes.
Very sweet pastime. And Lord is really good at managing this multiple relationships. It's like me, the one side, brother and sister, other side, then Radharani and the other gopis and gopas, other side. Amazing.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, really nice. Thank you, Prabhu. What we will do is now slowly this we are coming back to the Rath Yatra at the time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is leading it. So this is really sweet. Here the description of how the Rath starts when it starts moving. It's so beautifully it's described. This we will quickly skip, but I will tell in essence that the Ratha cart will not move in a sequences thing in a smooth way. It will go fast in some place, it will stop in some place, and it will not move. And the real beauty here is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be what all he does. So you see, we can quickly tell in summary that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually gathers all the devotees, puts chandan all over their body and put garlands, and then he himself personally sets 7 different parties with those who play katha, those who play mridanga, and those who are dancing, those who are singing in chorus, and the one who is the singer. Like that, he plans for different groups, and then they all go in front of the Rath and they do the kirtans while the devotees pull the Rath. And the Lord sometimes dances in the front and sometimes goes behind and pushes the cart from behind. And he's everywhere. The Lord is really in ecstasy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Jagannath also, he sees left and right, where is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not seen, he just stops. He doesn't move. He wants to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for moving in the Rath also, right? So it's a very sweet how they, and in fact, it's this particular say the kirtans that they do should be the real standard of kirtans wherever they do. For the not only that, any kind of kirtans that devotees do. And I was just thinking how far away in many places we are from the standard of kirtans that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had set. So quickly we'll move to verse 50, where I explained those different groups. The names are all, we can read on our own. But different parties, Kirtan parties came from different villages around, and even from Navadvip and all other places also. So huge crowd of devotees. So from 49 we can start reading. Anyone else wants to take over from Shiva Prabhu?
Yeah,
Anyone else wants to read?
I'll continue, Prabhu.
Oh, you want to continue? Okay. Sure, Prabhu. Oh.
Text 49. All the
49.
Vaishnavas came together.
Your voice is a little low, Prabhu. I'm not sure if I'm the one.
All Vaishnavas came together like an assembly of clouds. Is it okay, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Now it is okay, Prabhu.
As the devotees chanted the holy names in great ecstasy, tears fell from their eyes like rain.
Next, Prabhu.
When Sankirtana resounded, it filled the 3 worlds. Indeed, no one could hear any sounds or musical instruments other than the Sankirtan.
See, this is a very important thing to note. If you see, nobody could hear any other musical instruments apart from the Sankirtana, the glories of the holy names. This is something which very seriously we have to note, because holy name is most important in any kirtan. And if we try to submerge the holy name by more louder instruments and all that, then the Lord doesn't really like that kirtan. Because instruments are supposed to be the accompanying assistants, not bury the kirtan. Nowadays, I'm sorry to say this is happening in our own kirtans also many times, that when you come out and from outside, when you hear the kirtans, the mic problem or whatever, that is one side. Usually mic gets distorted in our kirtans. And apart from that, the different instruments that they are using, they are so loud that devotees, first of all, they don't repeat the kirtan. They don't follow the lead kirtaniya. They are very busy in their musics. So to exhibit their skills or whatever. I'm saying only in certain cases, not all. So what happens as an onlooker, they only hear some musical instrument. They don't hear the holy names at all. And the most important thing in Rath Yatra, which the Lord himself really want to go out and give his darshan, not just to give, he can see from anywhere. But it's a holy name. He becomes even more pleased when the onlookers are happy to hear his holy name, happy and enjoying the kirtans. So once what happened, I remember it was in France, in the Paris Rath Yatra. I was there, and there were devotees who were all very young because of the passion. They are all very eager to do that service, whatever. But then it's not at the cost of holy names. That should not be done. If there is no instrument, we can always use your hand kartal. That is what kartal actually means. Our Mridanga and Kartal is all the symbols is what they used all the time. But now we have brought many more instruments and all the different things where the holy name is not heard at all. So in Paris, Satyatra, when we were doing the Rath, what happened? They had huge jambe. Each one of them were young boys, so they were like kind of using the jambe to make the music, the kirtan sound better, sound different, sing. But Jayananda Maharaj is one of the very pioneer of Sankirtan, is a disciple, and is a very nice devotee. He always, he was going around doing Kirtan, and his mic was not also working. Throat is all going haywire due to the, the mic, you have to exert yourself for the Kirtans. And 2-3 times he came and told these boys that, see, you are all very expert in your musical things, but what you don't understand is that outsiders don't hear the holy names. They are able to hear only your sound. There's no point in, suppressing the holy names by your music. What's the point of Kirtan? You can just simply go repeating around like any other this mundane groups in all other places they do. Take some guitar or something to play and keep on going. Like that you can do. So using the great the popularity of Krishna or the fame of Krishna to increase our own, for our sense gratification is a big aparadha. So it's very important to note this point that no one could hear any sound or musical instruments other than the Sankirtana. This is very, very important. Many times, and devotees don't sing along. When the Kirtan is going on, and they play the music, they don't sing along. They are very busy with this thing, with the playing the kartal or the mridanga or whatever. Only the hand is playing. You can always sing. Because the congregation is singing, the more enthusiastically we sing, the more the Lord will be pleased. The more Lord will give his mercy. Even in Bhagavatam classes, there are many temples where I see 1 or 2 only will sing the Radha Madhava in following the Radha Madhava. All others will be like, will be looking here, there sometimes. I'm seeing in reality, in some places it happens. In some temples, definitely, it's not that all of them are like that. In quite a few temples, they are very eager to sing the Radha Madhava also very nicely. And that gives, Krishna ultimately inspires us to speak and inspires us to hear. So when we show that our commitment through that seva of singing Radha Madhava or singing the holy names, then Krishna will increase the bliss. The wave of ecstasy will flow. That is where we have to be a bit careful. So I just wanted to highlight this point here while we are talking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing and all the other devotees singing and etc. This is very important. Okay, let's move on. Now here, okay, can hear this, Prabhu.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wandered all through 7 groups chanting the holy name. Hari Hari. Raising his arms, he shouted, all glories to Lord Jagannatha.
Jai Jagannath. Very nice. Next, bro.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then exhibited another mystic power by performing pastimes simultaneously in all 7 groups.
So this is very similar to the Rasila in which the Lord was dancing with all the gopis, and he was expanding himself into so many forms, and he was giving this blessings to each one of them, that each one of those gopis, that I am with you, I am with you exclusively, I am with you. So same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expanded himself into 7 forms. And he wanted to be in all those songs. He was dancing in all the 7 groups. And everybody was saying, Jai Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is with us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in our group. So beautiful it is. And then this is a very beautiful thing. Yes, Prabhu.
Everyone said, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present in my group. Indeed, he does not go anywhere else. He is bestowing his mercy upon us.
So this is how each one in the group are thinking. This is how each one in the group are thinking. But thank you, Anandra Prabhu. Very nice picture you have posted. So sweet. Okay. So everyone in the group was thinking like that. That is, Lord is present in my group only. But the beauty is that they were not thinking, they were not seeing that the Lord is present in all other groups also. You see? But few very confidential devotees only could see that Lord is present in all the 7 groups. They could get the darshan of the Lord in all the 7 groups. It's an amazing thing that you can get darshan of the Lord in all 7 different groups. No? Let's go further.
Actually, no one could see the inconceivable potency of the Lord. Only the most confidential devotees, those in pure, unalloyed devotional service, could understand. Lord Jagannath was very much pleased by the Sankirtana, and he brought his car to a standstill just to see the performance.
So you see, the only difference here is in the Rasalila, Krishna was in his mood when he was expanding. But here, as Chaitanya Prabhu, in Radha's Bhav, he is expanding himself. Jagannath is seeing the whole thing. So now he's seeing the Lord Chaitanya Prabhu is expanded. In other words, the Lord Krishna Jagannath is experiencing bliss by seeing the love of Radharani. The mood of Radharani means Krishna is right now actually experiencing the love of Radharani. How much Radharani will be pleased to see Krishna? That bhav he is experiencing as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's the only thing he could not experience as Krishna himself. And now he was able to do that in the form of Chaitanya. Yes, another Prabhu.
Actually, in many of his lectures, Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj has explained this. So he says that he quotes from several of Rupa Goswami's literature, where he says that Lord Jagannath is Krishna himself, but he is Radha Biraha Vidura. So he is in separation of Radharani. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also Krishna himself, but he is Krishna Viraha Vidura. He is in separation of Krishna. So Jagannath, Lord Jagannath is seeing Mahaprabhu as Radharani, and Mahaprabhu is seeing Lord Jagannath as Shyam Sundar.
Krishna, Shyam Sundar.
As Krishna, yes. So both of them are Krishna, but both of them have different moods.
Yeah.
So that is the. It's a big lecture, and very beautifully Maharaj explains how Puri Sri Kshetra is called the Vipralambha Kshetra. So it's a place of separation. So we actually in the text 113 in this chapter, that particular line is given. We'll come to that and we'll see.
Yeah, at that time, huh? Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, this and Sri Kshetra is Dwarka and Gundicha is Vrindavan, correct, Prabhu?
Gundicha is Vrindavan, and yes, this is Dwarka.
Sri Mandir,
Sri Mandir is Dwarka. Yes.
Yeah. So, but here one beautiful thing happens here. That very, very few confidential devotees could see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in those 7 different groups at the same time. So now one of the very, very fortunate devotees King Prataprudra. You can see how much the Lord is thinking about each and every one of his devotees and ensuring that they get his mercy. They get that reciprocation from the Lord for their sincere devotional service. He can give that without even speaking to that person. He can give that without even seeing that person. He can give that without even allowing him to come and take darshan of him. That's the beauty of the Lord. To Pratapadra, he did not speak to him. He did not see him. He did not see him in the beginning. But in the Rath Yatra, he saw him. But Pratapadra did not know that the Lord saw him, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he did not allow him to come and speak to him or whatever. Without doing any of these things, he is giving this transcendental mercy. That's because Pratapadra did not stop his service just because the Lord denied him darshan. He continued to do his service. That's a very important lesson we should learn from Maharaj Pratapadra. That not able to have darshan, the Lord does not allow me, doesn't mean that. That's why he says, I will commit suicide and all those things. He says, the Lord says, you cannot blackmail like this and all. You cannot do all these emotional blackmail. He say, some devotees communicate this to, convey this to the Lord Chaitanya Prabhu about the king, because if in this life I don't take darshan of the Lord, this life is not worth living, so let me commit suicide. At that time, the Lord says, no, you cannot do all this blackmail and all. You do whatever you want. But internally, he decided, okay, I will bless his son. I will give him one of my Mahaprasadam cloth or thing that he is giving, right? So it's a very beautiful thing. Now, he was astonished to see the Sankirtana, and he was completely in ecstatic love of seeing the whole Sankirtana. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was also able to see the whole the different expansions of the Lord. Mhm. So here again, the same point comes here. We saw that about a few verses ago, that prasadale shanubruhi atapite deva padambujadvaya prasadale shanubruhi tayavihi. Only a person who has received the mercy of the Lord can understand. Without the Lord's mercy, even the demigods led by Lord Brahma cannot understand. That's what Brahma himself says in that verse, right? So it's very important. Now, this verse is very beautiful. Anyone else wants to take over? Who's Mataji's? Anyone else wants to start reading?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read for some time.
Yes, Indradika Mataji. Then maybe after that, Sapna Mataji can read. Yes.
Yeah. Shall I read text 60? Text 60.
60. Yes, it's on the screen, Mataji.
Yeah. Text 60, translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had been very satisfied to see the king accept menial task of sweeping the street, and for this humility the king received the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He could therefore observe the mystery of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's activities.
This is really something very beautiful here. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained this very nicely. This you can read, Mataji.
Purport. Lord Jagannath was Lord Jagannath was astonished to see the transcendental dancing and chanting of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he stopped his car just to see the dancing. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then danced in such a mystical way that he pleased Lord Jagannath. The seer and the dancer were one and the same Supreme Person, but the Lord, being one and many at the same time, was exhibiting the variegatedness of his pastimes. This is the meaning behind his mysterious exhibition.
So this is something which no one can understand. We cannot even conceive of it. The same person is expanding himself into another form and he is doing something and he himself is enjoying the same thing. Something of simply
Breakfast.
like beyond our conception. Yes, Mataji? Can read the next one.
Yes, sir. 61. Although the king had been refused an interview, he was indirectly bestowed costless mercy. Who can understand the internal potency of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
So this is a very important part. The Lord actually didn't want anyone to follow. He was very particular about people should follow in his footsteps as a sannyasi. So we cannot be we surrender to, they say, a pound shilling man or someone who is very wealthy, very famous, and all those powerful and all those things. A sannyasi is not supposed to be controlled by any of them, right? So that's the reason he was doing. But he knew internally what was actually the Lord's, sorry, the Maharata Prudra's Bhakti. So he really wanted to give him a mercy in an indirect way. And that is the reason his first installment of that mercy is revealing the 7 forms of his in the different all the groups to Maharaj Pratapruddra. Others are all busy dancing and moving around and all that. But King Sarvabhauma Sarvabhauma, Kashmir Satis are few of those people who actually saw the Lord in the 7 groups, right? That's very important. Because of this, indirectly by the Lord's causeless mercy, the king was able to understand the Lord's mysterious activities. That is the beauty here. Let's so quickly. What we will do is we will read these verses further, and Mataji, you can read further. Just keep
Yes,
reading.
Prabhu. Text 63. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his pastimes for some time in this way. He personally sang and induced his personal associates to dance. 64. According to his need, the Lord sometimes exhibited one form and sometimes many. This was being executed by his internal potency. Text 65. Indeed, the personality of Godhead forgot himself in the course of his transcendental pastimes, but his internal potency, Leela Shakti, knowing the intentions of the Lord, made all arrangements.
This is the beauty of the Lord. He himself is not knowing what's happening, but his Parasya Shakti, Vivideva Shruyate, Swabhaviki, Jnana Balakriyacha, the different Leela Shakti, Sit Shakti, all the different Shaktis, they come together and they say, oh, now the Lord will need this, the Lord will need that. So the Lord did not have to tell that, take me here, take me there. He is just lost in the ocean of the beautiful Sankirtan, holy name that's chanting and kirtan that's happening, and is lost in the beauty, gazing at the beauty of the Lord Jagannath, Leela. So, but then this is such a nice, it's so beautiful here, this we can read probably this part. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited his mystic power onwards.
Yeah. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited his mystic power in presenting himself simultaneously in each and every Sankirtana group. Most people thought that he was one, but some saw that he was many. The internal devotees could understand that the Lord, although one, was exhibiting himself as many in different Sankirtana groups. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced, he forgot himself and was simply absorbed in ecstatic bliss. But his internal potency arranged everything perfectly. This is the difference between the internal and external potency. In the material world, the external potency, material energy, can act only after one endeavors at great length. But when the Supreme Lord desires, everything is performed automatically by the internal potency. By his will, things happen so nicely and perfectly that they appear to be carried out automatically. Sometimes the activities of the internal potency are exhibited in the material world. In fact, all the activities of material nature are actually performed by the inconceivable energies of the Lord. But so called scientists and students of material nature are unable to understand ultimately how things are happening. They evasively conclude that everything is being done by nature, but they do not know that behind the nature is the potent Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Sri Krishna explained this in the Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kauteya jagat viparvartate. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Text
So
66.
this now, I said, as we discussed earlier, this is as similar to not different from the Raslila dance that the Lord performed there. And here again, this is the next one. Next one. 67.
Yeah, 67. Text 67. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dancing before the Rath Yatra cart could be perceived only by few devotees. Others could not understand. Descriptions of Lord Krishna's uncommon dancing can be found in the revealed scripture Srimad Bhagavatam.
So yeah. So this we can this we can read, Madhu. Same thing about how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving his special darshan special mercy to King Pratap.
Yes, sir. Purport. Lord Sri Krishna expanded himself into many forms while engaged in the Rasa Leela, and he also expanded himself when he married 16,000 wives in Dwarka. The same process was adopted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he expanded himself into 7 forms to dance in each and every group in the Sankirtana party. These expansions were appreciated by few devotees, including King Pratap Rudra. Although for reasons of external formality, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to see King Pratap Rudra because he was a king. King Pratap Rudra became one of the Lord's most confidential devotees by the Lord's special mercy upon him. The king could see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simultaneously present in all 7 groups. As confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, one cannot see the expansions of the transcendental forms of the Lord unless one is a pure devotee of the Lord.
This verse we have to find out which verse that Prabhupada is talking about in Bhagavatam. So this is going on. The Lord is dancing in great jubilation, and everybody is in dance. It's not only that the Lord is dancing, but seeing the Lord dancing in front of the Ratha made everybody also lose their consciousness. They forgot themselves, and they were also dancing in joy. You can see that many times in the Nama Sankirtan when we go, Nagar Sankirtan, those people will not even know what it is. But then when we are dancing joyfully, they will also dance. They will show different whatever skills that they have. That happens usually, right? So then what happens is the Lord performs the kirtan for some time, and then he actually, at one point, actually, the devotees will, the Lord will stop, Lord Jagannath will stop. And at that time, again, everybody will try to come and pull the Rath. No, nothing, he could not move an inch. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself comes from behind, he has to push. That will also happen. Now, one thing that happens is that the Lord not only chants the holy names, but he also chants a few shlokas to please Jagannath. These verses are really beautiful. We can sing this. Actually, this prayer we chant every day while offering prasad, boga, and during our Mangalachan prayers also. But this is what Chaitanya Prabhu sings the first prayer, right? We put to please the Lord. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Then this is a very nice verse from Mukundamala Stotra. Jayatu Jayatu Devo Devaki Nandano Jayatu Krishno Vishnuvangsha Pradipaha Jayatu Mega Shamalako Malango Jayati Prithvi Bharana Sho Mukundaha This verse actually the Lord sings every time in front of Lord Jagannath. This is a very beautiful prayer. And then this another one, the next one is also from Bhagavatam. This is actually from the last one of the last verses in the 10th canto. Jayati Janani Vaso Devaki Janmavado Yaduvara Parishat Sway Dobirasyanna Dharmam Sthirachara Brujinatnaha Susmita Shri Mukhena Prajapura Vanitanam Vadhayan Kamadevam. So maybe you can read these translations, Mataji. Let me offer my respectations.
Let me offer my
This verse is
respectful
from Vishnu
obeisance.
Puran.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Let
Mataji.
me
This
offer
verse
my
is from
respect.
Vishnu Puran.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, Mataji. Sorry.
Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Krishna, who is the worshipable deity for all Brahmanical men, who is the well-wisher of cows and Brahmanas, and who is always benefiting the whole world. I offer my repeated obeisances to the personality of Godhead, known as Krishna and Govinda.
Next one.
Oh, yeah. All glories unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as the Son of Devaki. All glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as the light of the dynasty of Vrishni. All glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose bodily luster is like that of a new cloud, and whose body is as soft as a lotus flower. All glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appeared on this planet to deliver the world from the burden of demons and who can offer liberation to everyone.
And this is a sweet one too.
Yeah.
I will read
Lord
this,
Shri
Mataji.
Krishna.
Okay,
Okay.
you go ahead. You go.
Lord Shri Krishna is who is known as Jananivasa, the ultimate resort of all living entities, and who is also known as Devaki Nandana or Yashoda Nandana, the son of Devaki and Yashoda. He is the guide of the Yadu dynasty, and with his mighty arms, he kills everything inauspicious as well as every man who is impious. By his presence, he destroys all things inauspicious for all living entities, moving and inert. His blissful, smiling face always increases the lusty desires of the gopis of Vrindavana. May he be all glorious and happy.
And this one is a very beautiful verse that the Lord is fond of singing. Yes, many times he sings this in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It comes very much. Aham vipro na cha narapatir napi vaishyo na sudro naham varni na cha grihapatir no vanasto yatirva kintu prodyan kila paramananda purnamritabdher gopi bhaktu pada kamalayoho dasa dasa anudasaka. It's not the translation.
I am not a Brahmana, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a Vaishya or a Shudra, nor am I a Brahmachari, a householder, a Vanaprastha, or a Sannyasi. I identify myself only as the servant of the servant of the servant of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, the maintainer of the gopis. He is like an ocean of nectar and he is the cause of universal transcendental bliss. He is always existing with brilliance.
Nikhila Paramananda Purna Amrita. Okay. Now, so the Lord is dancing and everybody's in this, and the description is very beautifully given here. Then what happens? There's one interesting thing that happens. So when so much crowd is there, that is happening. When the kirtan dance, everything is happening. So much crowd is there. Sometimes devotees are not able to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because to protect him, multiple circles of devotees were forming and they were protecting the Lord. And at that time, there is one devotee, actually, Prataparudra, actually keeps a hand on the shoulder of Harishandana, one other devotee, and is seeing the Lord. And what happens? Shiva Thakur is standing before the king. So king was able to see, but Harichandran was not able to see. So he was trying to move Shiva Thakur. Srivas Thakur is extremely impressed seeing the dancing. And he tells, who is disturbing me? And then he doesn't even look who he is. And then he gives him a slap. Hmm. So, so he, actually, he was going to tell him, why are you slapping me like that? But Pratapradra is very mature. He says, no, you are very fortunate. He says here, you are very fortunate for you have been graced by the touch of Srivas Thakur. I am not so fortunate. You should feel obliged to him that he has slapped you. You should thank him for slap. Yeah. So this is something very interesting. Uh, how much Pratapradra was very merciful. He says, if he had slapped me, I would have felt more pleased. So the Lord is very much in ecstasy, and he's going in deeper and deeper ecstasy. Initially, he was able to chant Jai Jagannath, and later he was not even able to chant Lord Jagannath's name fully also. And he suddenly becomes breathless, and devotees are feeling very perturbed, seeing the Lord, becoming breathless and all. Then he is like, tears are flowing from his eyes and mouth, and saliva from his mouth and everything. So then the Lord asked Swarup Damodar to sing. And Swarup Damodar is one of those closest devotees of the Lord, that he knows the mood of the Lord exactly. And accordingly, he will sing that will enhance the mood, soothe the mood of because right now, the Lord is in Srimati Ratha, not right now, throughout Chaitanya Prabhu is Krishna in Radharani Bhav. So he is full of that Viraha Bhav, as Anantara Prabhu also said. So he has to see something that will, understanding the thing is, when you are in a situation where it's a challenging situation actually for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because it is something where it's a painful situation which no one else could be explained, because they cannot understand the pain of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna in the form of Radharani. Basically Radharani's Bhav. So there should be someone who will not only understand that Bhav, but also soothe the Lord in such a situation. You see, so that is why he had such close associates like Swarup Damodar, then Ramananda Rai, Govindadas, and all these other very, very confidential devotees who will, protect the Lord. In fact, in the later part of the Lord's pastime, they had to constantly keep a vigil, because suddenly from the Gambhira, the Lord will go to the ocean and he will drown, will jump into the ocean, or he will go and hit his head against the wall or the pillar or something. So many things will be happening, which is so difficult for them to handle at some point. Yes, Anantara Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. So this text 113,
Yes,
Saito Prananath. So this sloka.
Mm-hmm.
So this was uttered by Srimati Radharani when so Kurukshetra, when there was an eclipse, and that time Lord Krishna was staying in Dwarka. He come Kurukshetra to attend during this eclipse. So this Vrajavasis got the news that he's coming. So all the Vrajavasis, Nanda Maharaj, Yashodama, and Radharani and all the gopis went to see Krishna because they had not seen him. So when Srimati Radharani sees Lord Krishna, this is the shloka she utters, that now I have gained the Lord of my life. Saito Parananath Pain, Jahalagin, Madana Dahane Jhurigin. So he's saying, I'm just burning. And now that I have seen you, I have got my life back. So Gaur Govind Maharaj, in his lectures and even several places, they mentioned that this is the exact mode that Mahaprabhu is in. So the mode that he is in separation and he is burning. And So this is the exact Radharani's bhav that he was experiencing, and this is that shloka.
So sweet, no Prabhu. And one of the things that which I just came to my mind that when the Lord is when Srimati Radharani is in pain separation in Vrindavan, uh, that mood we cannot understand actually. Here it's a kind of a happy bhav, right? Now I have got you back, isn't it? So this is something where we can see both Radha and Krishna at the same time. Now the mood of Radharani is also that I've got you back and I'm so pleased. And Krishna is also very happy to see is it topmost ecstasy to see the Radharani and all the other gopis in the and gopas in the Kurukshetra, right? When that solar eclipse happens. So that is
Actually,
for one way. Yes, sir.
sorry. So
No, go
Prabhuji,
ahead.
actually, in um, even though the gopis and Radharani have met Krishna, but Lord Krishna is attired very differently. So Lord Krishna in Vrindavan dresses like a gopa. So he wears a Vajanti mala and a peacock feather and the
And that Barha
Karnikara
Pidam
flower.
Natavara Vapuhu, that one?
Yes. And here in Kurukshetra, he is wearing, a mukut and kundala, and he's in a royal dress. So, they explain, these acharyas explain that even though Radharani is seeing Lord Krishna and is thinking, this is my life, she's still thinking, no, you are not that same Krishna. So, and then she says, no, you have to come back with us to Vrindavan, because that is the Krishna that we know. So you see, at this while she's experiencing that Milan, still there is viraha bhav there. So I mean, Maharaj says it's difficult to understand this. Same time she is experiencing both, and so they are taking Lord Krishna with them. The gopis are taking Lord Krishna with them to Vrindavan, and that is Rath Yatra. So Rath Yatra is taking Lord Krishna from Dwaraka, which is
Dwaraka
Sri
to
Mandir,
Vrindavan.
to
Sri Mandir to
Vrindavan.
Gundicha.
Yes, from Nilachala Kshetra to Sundarachala Kshetra. So
Yes.
this is called Sundarachala, the Gundicha Mandir.
Sundarachal. Gundicha is Sundarachal.
Sundarachal, yes. So when the sweet pastimes happens, so there is no like how Lord Krishna or Jagannath is showing all his opulence in the temple, Sri Mandira. None of that opulence is present in Gundicha temple. So this is a deeper meaning, Prabhuji, of Rath Yatra. So
yeah. Prabhu,
all
I don't know if I'm having the facts right. See, after Snan Yatra, where does the Lord stay?
Snan Yatra, he stays in a secluded room just in front of not the Ratna Singhasan. He doesn't go to Ratna Singhasan. It's in front of Ratna Singhasan. There is a Anasara Ghara or a place, house. So he stays there.
So Ratna Singhasan is in the Sri Mandir.
Yes. So where we usually see the Lord, that is the Ratna Simhasan. So that is the throne. So he doesn't go there after Snan Yatra, rather till after the conclusion of Rath Yatra, when he returns. So for 1 month he is not present on that Ratna Singhasan.
Ratna Singhasan. Now, actually speaking, on the day of Ratha Yatra, he goes to this Ratna Singhasan and then comes to the Ratha.
No, he doesn't go. He straight away comes
from the Avsar, he comes straight to the Ratha. Now, so it is said in our in this chapter also that he takes permission from Lakshmi Devi to get to the Rath, correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
in those 15 days, Lakshmi Devi is with Jagannath and serving him, trying to bring him to normal.
Yes.
This thing.
Yes.
And so from in the Rath, he is going to Gundicha, which is Vrindavan, Indracha.
Yes. Yes. Sundarachala. Yes.
And there he stays for that 1 week.
For yes. Yes. For
So
1 week.
Gundicha
Yes.
is the Vrindavan, right? Now,
Yes.
so that breaking the cart and all happens within that 1 week period, huh?
Yes. Within this 1 week. Yes. Hera Panchami. So it's the
Okay.
5th day. Hera
It's
Panchami.
the 5th day.
5th day of. Yes.
And so when the Ulta Rath happens, that's when Jagannath's Rath is it's broken and by Lakshmi Devi, and that Rasgulla Pastamendal happens there.
So Ulta Rath happens on the 9th day, and then so Ekadashi, on the Ekadashi, which is the Shayana Ekadashi, when our Chaturmasya starts. So that day on Ekadashi, you have the Sunavesh, the Swarnavesh. He dresses up.
Swarnavesh, yes.
Swarnavesh. So after that, you have the Dwadashi, and then I think on the Trayodasi, he tries to get back to temple. Trayodasi or Chaturdashi. Yes. So
Okay.
that day, this pastime happens where he tries to pacify goddess Lakshmi.
Okay. That's very sweet. Okay, so what we discussed till now is very beautifully explained by Srila Prabhupada in this verse 119 purport. Anyone else wants to take over from? I think Swapna Mataji wanted to read. You can read this starting from here, Mataji. 119.
Prabhuji, I'm having guests, so I'm multitasking. Can anybody else
Okay,
read?
you are multitasking. Okay, no problem. Is that Rakesh raising your hand?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, very nice. So, do you want to read or you have some question?
I'll read.
Okay, you read this
Purport.
translation. Translation and purpose.
Okay. Thus, there was a sort of competition between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Jagannatha in seeing who would lead. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so strong that he made Lord Jagannatha wait in his car.
Yes.
In his Anubhashya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura describes the ecstasy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as follows. After giving up the company of the gopis in Vrindavana, Sri Krishna, the son of Maharaja Nanda, engaged in his pastimes at Dwaraka. When Krishna went to Kurukshetra with his brother and sister and others from Dwaraka, he again met the inhabitants of Vrindavana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Bhava Duti Suvalita. That is, Krishna himself assuming the part of Srimati Radharani in order to understand Krishna. Lord Jagannatha Deva is Krishna and Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Srimati Radharani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's leading Lord Jagannatha toward the Gundika temple
Gundicha temple.
Gundicha temple corresponded to Srimati Radharani's leading Krishna toward Vrindavana. Sri Kshetra Jagannatha Puri was taken as the kingdom of Dwaraka, the place where Krishna enjoys supreme opulence. But he was being led by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Vrindavana, the simple village where all the inhabitants are filled with ecstatic love for Krishna. Sri Kshetra is a place of Aishwarya Leela, just as Vrindavana is the place of Madhurya Leela. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's following at the rear of the Ratha indicated that Lord Jagannatha, Krishna, was forgetting the inhabitants of Vrindavana. Although Krishna neglected the inhabitants of Vrindavana, he could not forget them. Thus, in his opulent Ratha Yatra, he was returning to Vrindavana. In the role of Srimati Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was examining whether the Lord still remembered the inhabitants of Vrindavana. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell behind the Ratha car, Jagannatha Deva, Krishna himself, understood the mind of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, Jagannatha sometimes fell behind the dancing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to indicate to Srimati Radharani that he had not forgotten.
So, in other words, when the Lord goes behind, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes behind, Jagannath stops the car. He says, "Where is Srimati Radharani?" So, to prove that, no, I have not forgotten you, I still remember you. Yes, sir.
Thus, Lord Jagannatha would not stop the forward march of the Ratha.
Would stop. Not would not stop, would stop.
Sorry, would stop the forward march of the Ratha and wait at a standstill. In this way, Lord Jagannatha agreed that without the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, he could not feel satisfied. While Jagannatha was thus waiting, Gaura Sundara Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, immediately came forward to Krishna. At such times, Lord Jagannatha would proceed ahead very slowly. These competitive exchanges were all part of the love affair between Krishna and Srimati Radharani. In that competition between Lord Chaitanya's ecstasy for Jagannatha and Jagannatha's ecstasy for Srimati Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emerged successful.
Very sweet of that final thing, right? Okay. So it goes on this way, and he's chanting very, very confidential prayers, and then he's dancing and everything. That part is very clearly explained here, and then the further verses also. After that, what happens is once the Lord, this is a very nice verse actually. This verse number 136. Ahushate nalinanapa padara vindam yogeshware hridi vichintya magada bodhai sansara kupa patitottaranavalam geham jusham api manasyudita udiya sadanaha. This is this is a beautiful verse. It is. Can we read this translation, Rakesh Prabhu?
Yeah. The gopi spoke thus: Dear Lord, whose navel is just like a lotus flower, your lotus feet are the only shelter for those who have fallen into the deep well of material existence. Your feet are worshipped and meditated upon by great mystic yogis and highly learned philosophers. We wish that these lotus feet may also be awakened within our hearts, although we are only ordinary persons engaged in household affairs.
So this is the mood of the highest form of devotion service that is exhibited by the gopis. Then imagine what really Krishna pleases Krishna, right? So this is something which is very pleasing, very, very sweet. I think we just running out of time. So in this way, there's so many nice pastimes that happen, and then we know that the Lord actually, once the Rath Yatra is over, the Lord, after dancing all through, he goes and rests in the Jagannath Love Garden. Prabhu. If there is anything else that I missed out, you please Lin Prabhu. And in the Jagannath Love Garden, yes, Prabhu?
No, you are good, Prabhu.
So in the Jagannath Vallabh garden, the Lord is really, really tired after dancing. He's like, this again is pastimes. He's not actually tired, but he's exhibiting his tiredness to do one more installment of mercy to Prataparudra. So he goes and he's like lying down there tired, and he's kind of almost like a half unconscious. He acts as so. So then the devotees, all the close associates of the Lord, like Swarup Damodar and all, they tell the king that you now go and massage Lord's feet. But now if you go in this king form, it is not good. So you dress yourself like a gopa and then you go. Then actually he is shivering because Prataparudra was not expecting this kind of mercy from his associate, because it's something which we have to understand very clearly, that the Lord doesn't usually deny when when there is service that is being given to him by his closest associates. Like when he's a sannyasi, I think Advaita Acharya and all Sarvabhauma Acharya, they all feed so much prasadam to him. He doesn't want to eat, but then he cannot deny also. Jagannath Pandit gives so much prasadam, he cannot deny, even though he doesn't want to eat. As a sannyasi, I should not eat all these things. So many things, but they force him to do that, to have prasadam. Same way, here the close associates like Ramananda Rai, Sarvabhauma Acharya and all, they tell that this is the right time for you to go and serve the Lord, dress like a proper servant, and then go and massage the Lord's feet. Also, how can I do? I don't want to offend Lord. No, no, don't worry. Lord will not be offended. He is very, very satisfied after the Rath Yatra, seeing all the devotees chanting and dancing. Rather, in his mood, it's not just that I want to see Jagannath. Rather, in his mood is that everyone should have the same bhava like her. So that is why, that is the only thing that will be pleasing him, please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I mean, who is another than in the Radha Bhav, right? So when every devotee is chanting and dancing, that's when it will please the Lord. For Jagannath also, he is very happy when everybody wants to please the Lord. Everybody wants to follow the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why we should not see this Ratha Yatra as some kind of exhibiting our skills of dancing, skills of singing very nicely, skills of playing this, playing that. Those things are all, just exhibitionism. Actually, for the Lord, to please the Lord, it's a sincere, menial seva that will attract him. That's what he indicates by giving his mercy to Prataparudra, who, being even a king, still was most happy to do that menial seva and helping all others to be part of the Rath. So anyone who does the seva of organizing the crowd or distributing prasadam and encouraging everybody to chant, they all are actually pleasing the Lord. They are distributing books or distributing, say, water or thing to the devotees, because they have to walk a long distance and also sing and so much of energy they have to spend, and that too, it's still summer in most places, right? So it is very important to see what exactly will please the Lord. So here you see that I think we should go to chapter 14. That's where the fast time happens. So this is, we can read a bit. Now from here on we can. Anyone else wants to? Rakesh, you want to continue?
Yes, Prabhu.
Maybe another 5 minutes we can do that.
Yeah.
A beautiful thing is happening here. Yeah.
Text 7, right?
6. The one at the top.
Okay. Maharaja Prataparudra was so humble that with folded hands, he first took permission from all the devotees. Then, with great courage, he fell down and touched the lotus feet of the Lord.
So now the Lord is actually closing his eyes and he is resting, actually, or at least pretending to be resting, right? Yes, bro.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lay on the raised platform with his eyes closed in ecstatic love and emotion. The king very expertly began to massage his legs.
Now he is also starting to recite the Gopika Gitam, because he saw from how the Sarup Damodara Goswami and all were singing the shlokas that are very relevant to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood. Gopika Gitam is actually that whole chapter, the 10th to 31st chapter, is they're singing in separation of the Lord, because the Lord is with the gopis in the Ras Leela, and after some time he disappears. He makes himself disappear from there, and they all are perturbed, and they all are enacting different pastimes, remembering the pastimes of the Lord and sharing. And then they start chanting this Gopika Gitam. It's the most famous and well-known and most powerful one of the prayers in the whole of Bhagavatam. That Jayati Tedikam Janmana Vraja, that part. So he starts reciting from there, you know. Yes, Prabhu.
The king began to recite verses about the Rasa Leela from Srimad Bhagavatam. He recited the chapter beginning with the words Jayati Te Dikam. Dikam. Okay.
Jayati Tedikam, yeah. Next one.
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard these verses, he was pleased beyond limits, and he said again and again, go on reciting, go on reciting. As soon as the king recited the verse beginning with the words Tava Kathamritam, the Lord arose in ecstatic love and embraced him.
So this is a ninth verse in that sequence. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. That's a very famous verse, even within that Gopika Gitam. And the Lord, as soon as he heard that, we will see those shlokas. As soon as he heard that, he caught up and he lovingly embraces the king. Yes, Prabhu.
Upon hearing the verse recited by the king, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have given me invaluable gems, but I have nothing to give you in return. Therefore, I am simply embracing you.
See, originally, what was the this thing? What was the request from the king initially? That I would like to have darshan of the Lord, right? But the Lord denied. Then no seeing, no speaking, nothing. But you see how perseverance is the success. It leads to success in our endeavors. He persevered. He didn't hesitate, or he didn't give up. He kept on doing his service. Eventually, it has come to a point where the Lord not only gave him the darshan, but he actually embraced him. That's the beauty of serving the Lord sincerely. How much merciful the Lord is towards King Pratapudra, and how much fortunate is Pratapudra. That's why I always say that one hidden goal of this whole Rath Yatra, while all the other things about Radharani, those things are of course always there. But one hidden goal of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this whole pastime of Rath Yatra is to give his causeless mercy in the most confidential way to King Pratapudra. That's the first time he did it was through that giving him that exclusive capability to have the darshan of all the seven forms of the Lord dancing in the seven groups. Now he is actually giving him the mercy, the highest form of mercy by embracing. And that shloka goes like this: Tavatamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavi Virhiditam Kalmashapakam Shravanamangalaṁ Srimadatattam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Jana. Actually, this is the verse that that is the base, foundational base of our Krishna consciousness movement. I will take it up for you anyway. It's a very important verse to meditate on. Each one is very powerful and out of the world, but this one is what actually pleased the Lord. Yes. Go to that ninth verse. You see here, Tava Kathamrita means your Kathamrita, Tapta Jivanam. All of us, all the living entities are burning in separation, in the materially also with all the miseries and everything. But your Kathamritam is your Shravanam and Kirtanam of your Kathamritam is the only way this burning can be extinguished. And second is Kavibiriditam Kalma Shapaham. To understanding this situation, all the devotees, pure devotees, have glorified you in different ways in Bhagavatam and in so many other scriptures. Kalmashapakam, Kalmasham, all the Kalmasha in this Kali Kalmasha will be destroyed. Shravana Mangalam, just by hearing about this so auspicious, and Srimad Atatam, it brings good fortune in our life simply by singing hearing the glories of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And finally, Bhuvi Granantiye. This is the reason. Bhuvi Granantiye means the devotees. Bhuri Rajana means those who are most munificent, most merciful personalities. That is, devotees, pure devotees. They go all over the world and keep distributing these gems of Krishna Katha everywhere. What is that? Krishna Naam ke Hire Moti Sant Bikhere Gali Gali Le Lo Re Koi Krishna ke Pyare Shor Machaye Gali Gali. See, this Krishna Naam ke Hire Moti. Every name of Krishna is like that, a Hira and Moti. Sant Bikhere Gali Gali, the saints, it's so valuable that you keep it in a very locker and all those things inside the shops. But the Sant people are so munificent that they go and just throw Bikhere Gali Gali. Every street they go and distribute this holy names in the form of Nam Sankirtan and Krishna Katha and all that. Anyone who wants to take can take. There is no restriction. There is no qualification. Nothing is required. So they are shouting, like, please take, like how the gopis also when they go to sell the curd, the milk, and the ghee, butter, etc., that which they do from the village, right? When they go to sell it into the different other places, it's very beautifully sung in Krishna Karnamrita. Vikretu kama khila gopakanya murari padartita chitta vrittihi dadyadikam mohavashadavochat govinda damodara madhaveti. Very beautiful this is. Vikretu kama khila gopakanya means all the gopakanyas, the gopis, they go out to sell their butter parts, they keep it on the head and they go and try to distribute it. But their mind is all fully Murari Pada Arpita Chitta Vritti. Their consciousness, everything is completely sold out to Krishna, so to speak, meditating on Krishna. So when they are going to sell also, instead of saying, please buy milk, please buy curd, please buy butter, they keep singing, please buy Govinda, please buy Gopala, please buy Krishna. Like that they are singing. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Right? So that is the beauty. That is the gopis doing this in Vrindavana and the devotees doing the preaching in all the different towns and this thing. There is no difference between the two. It's not different. Here also they are selling, please take Krishna, buy Krishna, like that. Here also we are saying, buy Krishna in the form of Bhagavad Gita, buy Krishna in the form of Bhagavatam, buy Krishna, or come and please hear this Krishna Katha. Please come, there is free prasadam here, everywhere, right? See, by that's the sincerity of one person, that is one Mahatma, Srila Prabhupada, all over the world, so many living entities are getting free prasadam. Every day almost in many places, but specifically on the day of Ratha Yatra, everybody is distributing free prasadam, isn't it? Thousands and thousands of people. If you collect all the Ratha Yatras where prasadam is distributed and count the number of this thing, it will run into so many lakhs. And that is the beauty of one Burida Jana. And we can see from this one shloka how much Chaitanya Mahaprabhu likes such Burida Jana devotees, such munificent devotees who distribute Krishna freely. Krishna says, distribute me freely. Freely go and distribute. Once you distribute, I will take care. And that is why the uniqueness of our movement, the Hare Krishna movement, Prabhupada started, right, as a branch of Brahma Madhu Gaudiya Sampradaya ISKCON. It is actually doing the most munificent seva. There are imperfections. We don't say everything is perfect. But in spite of the imperfections, still Krishna is having a watch over. Still Krishna Prabhupada is having a watch over the whole thing. So there is no alternative to purity. There is no substitute to purity. Prabhupada's purity that is still running our lives and everything, right? So that's why this particular Rath Yatra pastime is not just simply to come dance and say, oh, I am also dance like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I am also a gopi. That is foolishness, rascaldom. That Krishna will not like it. We should be as humble like King Pratapurudra. If with such a position and power and everything, he is humble. With no position, power and wealth or whatever, how much more we should be humble, right? This is the beautiful verse. And let's read this translation. Rakesh Prabhu, would you like to read this translation?
Yeah. The nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the message of Godhead are most beneficent.
This is the verse that Prabhupada took also as a great inspiration. So many such shlokas are there. Now, this is very important. This verse is quoted here also. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now here is very nice. Please continue reading from here, Prabhu. This is our original section.
After reciting this verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately embraced the king and cried, "You are the most munificent. You are the most munificent." At this point, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not know who the king was.
So actually the Lord is, as we read earlier also, Krishna is completely aware of the surrounding. It's the Leela Shaktis that are making things do in certain way according to his mood. What will please the Lord most? What will please the Lord most? Like that. Yes, Prabhu.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy was aroused because of the king's previous service. Therefore, without even asking who he was, the Lord immediately bestowed his mercy upon him. How powerful is the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Without even inquiring about the king, the Lord made everything successful.
Mm-hmm. So here this purport is really, really sweet. So this it's a very nice long purport. But we can see this here. Prabhupada writes very beautifully. This one. Yes, Prabhu. You can read this part of the purport.
Yeah. A student of Krishna consciousness must receive Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Then his devotional service will quickly succeed. This was the case with King Prataparudra. One has to be noticed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and a little service with sincere efforts will convince the Lord that one is a proper candidate for returning home, back to Godhead. At first, Maharaja Prataparudra did not have a chance to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But when the Lord saw that the king was serving Lord Jagannath as a menial sweeper, the Lord's mercy upon the king became a solid fact. When Maharaja Prataparudra, in the dress of a Vaishnava, was serving the Lord did not even inquire who he was. Rather, he had compassion upon him and embraced him.
Mm.
Kṛṣṇa Dāsa,
So,
yeah.
No, we will concise it. Prabhupada writes it very nicely that even a little of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy serves the great asset for spiritual advancement. Therefore, the Krishna conscious movement must be spread through the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is why Rupa Goswami plays this every time. We also sing Namo Mahavadanya Krishna Prabhu. This also we sing. So this is how Prabhupada ends his purport. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special mission is the deliverance of all fallen souls in Kali Yuga. Devotees of Krishna must persistently seek the favor and mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, become fit to return home back to Godhead. Become fit. to return home back to Godhead. It's a very beautiful thing. We say, are you fit to travel like that? No. So, what is the best way to become fit to return home? Somehow or other, understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood, understand Prabhupada's mood, and try to give Krishna Bhakti to as many people as possible in the form of prasadam, books, holy names, and all whatnot. Now he is coming to this particular part. We can read this, Prabhu, and we can end with this particular few verses. Anyone else wants to read this few verses?
Okay. 18th
Just,
one,
trying
right?
to find out. Yeah. No,
The
17.
Sorry. Finally, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Who are you? You have done so much for me. All of a sudden, you have come here and made me drink the nectar of the pastimes of Lord Krishna." The king replied, "My lord, I am the most obedient servant of your servants. It is my ambition that you will accept me as the servant of your servants."
See, this is the beautiful humility of Prataparudra Maharaj, that he is not telling himself as I am the king so and all that. He is I am the most servant of your servants. Please accept me in that same mood. Amazing humility, right? So this purport is really, really beautiful. So this is very nice. This purport is very important to meditate on. But in the meantime, someone has raised the hand. I don't see the name. It says yes. Yes, Prabhu Mataji. Whoever is that? I see one hand raised here. I'm not sure if they are able to unmute. Anyway, so this we will read. Prabhu, you want to read?
I can read, Prabhu.
Yeah, go ahead.
The greatest achievement for a devotee is to become a servant of the servants of the Lord. Actually, no one should desire to become the direct servant of the Lord. That is not a very good idea. When Prahlada Maharaj was offered a benediction by Narasimha Dev, Prahlada rejected all kinds of material benedictions. But he prayed to become the servant of the servants of the Lord. When Dhruva Maharaj was offered a benediction by Kuvera, the treasurer of the demigods, Dhruva could have asked for unlimited material opulence, but he simply asked for the benediction of becoming the servant of the servants of the Lord. Kolavecha Sridhara was a very poor man. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give him a benediction, he also prayed to the Lord to be allowed to remain a servant of the servants of the Lord. The conclusion is that being the servant of the servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the highest benediction one can desire.
This whole thing is about being the servant of the servants of the Lord. Now, where exactly is the point of Prataparudra becoming a servant of the Lord? He is actually directly coming and serving the Lord by massaging him, right? Actually, he should have been massaging the devotees of the Lord's from Lord Chaitanya. So where exactly this concept of servant of the servant has come here?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is it that
Yes,
Ramananda Rai was working with him and he allowed him, he gave him his full salary and told you go ahead and only you serve
that is in
Chaitanya
a different
Mahaprabhu?
part. No, that is in a different part. I am talking about this Ratha Yatra past time.
Here also. Okay. And the
He
sweeping
is directly
fasting,
massaging
how
the
about
Lord only, no?
Yeah, correct.
He's doing
So where
it.
is the point?
Hare Krishna.
Sorry. Go ahead. Shamcharan Prabhu.
He is doing it under the instruction of Ramanand Rai, who is his earlier his servant.
Exactly. He did not do this on his own. He did not go and massage the Lord on his own. He was he was instructed by Swarup Damodar, Goswami and Ramanandara and all that this is the right time you go and serve. They teach him what he should do. And then he humbly goes and he does it. That is what serving the instruction of the servant is also being the servant of the servant of the Lord. So it does not mean that I will only do puja to my Guru Maharaj, I will not do puja to my Guru. That is foolishness. The Guru is telling you go and do worship this way, you do chant this way, you do read Bhagavad Gita this way, you read devotees this way. Then we are serving the instruction of the devotee who himself is also following instructions of the previous acharyas. That's how the thing comes, right? So that's what he wants to do. Please, that's what Prahlad Maharaj also said. Tavavritya seva. How can I give up the service of your servant? He doesn't say, I don't want to serve you. He said, whatever he orders, in that way I will serve you. That's the essential conclusion there, right? Okay. So then, final verse. These couple of verses. Yes, Rakesh.
Yes. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu displayed some of his divine opulences to the king, and he forbade him to disclose this to anyone.
Yeah, so the Lord knows this is actually the Lord knows that this is the king only, and he shows all his divine opulences. That's why he's a Gupta avatar. He's really Gupta avatar. Everything is hidden and confidential. Yes, next one.
Although within his heart, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew everything that was happening, externally he did not disclose it. Nor did he disclose that he knew he was talking with King Ratha Parudra.
See, this is the point. The Lord knows everything, right? Everything the Lord knows, but he doesn't disclose it. That's the beauty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes and his avatar mode. So this is a very beautiful thing. With this verse, we'll stop. Verse number 21. Yes, Prabhu.
Seeing the Lord's, sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. Seeing the Lord's special mercy upon King Prataparudra, the devotees praised the king's good fortune, and their minds became open and blissful.
This is the nice thing, that everybody was happy to see Maharaj Prataparudra receiving this mercy. But nobody knew that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that it was Prataparudra, and he is all this whole thing, the divine opulence, that because Lord Krishna in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forbade him to reveal it to anyone. Nobody could see this. It's like Shadbhuja avatar that he showed to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, like that he showed all his opulence that way. And this is the mood of a devotee. The devotees actually praise the king's good fortune. They knew how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected all the other devotees' request to give his mercy to the king. He did it when he wanted to. He did it when he saw the intention and the service and submissive mood of King Prataparudra. And the devotees became very happy. That they become very open and they become very blissful. And Prabhupada writes a sweet purport here, and with that we will end today's discussion. Yes, Prabhu. Purport.
This is characteristic of a pure Vaishnava. He is never envious if another devotee receives the mercy and strength of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. A pure Vaishnava is very happy to see a person elevated in devotional service. Unfortunately, there are many so-called Vaishnavas who become envious to see someone actually recognized by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is a fact that no one can preach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message without receiving the special mercy of the Lord. This is known to every Vaishnava. Yet, there are some envious people who cannot tolerate the expansion of this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. They find fault with the preacher who has spread this movement and do not praise him for the the excellent service he has rendered in fulfilling Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission.
Prabhupada, you answered that. Yes, Anantara Prabhu, you have something to say, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. So the opulence that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed to Prataprudra Maharaj, the Shadbhuj Gauranga. So the southern gate of the Sri temple, of the actual temple, on the southern gate you will find that Shadbhuja Gauranga avatar. Have you been
For
to that?
Ramananda, sorry, to Pratapadra also he showed Shadbhuja Gauranga.
Yes.
Shadbhuja avatar.
He showed.
Because I thought only to Sarvabhaumacharya he showed Shadbhuja form.
So he showed to Shadbhuj Gaurang to, as far as I remember, 3 people he had showed. One to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, one to Prataprudra, and there was a third person. I forget.
I used to, it used to be there in the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house just next to that Shweta Ganga, no?
Yes.
That house is now, it means it has been getting reconstructed or something. But in that place where there is that small patio kind of a thing where you will see,
Yes.
that's the place where they were sitting and discussing for those few days. There I have seen the Shadbhuja Gauranga thing painted on that one.
Yes, and even in the in the main temple also, on the southern gate. Okay, so I think it's called the Ashwadwar. The Ashwadwar, as you are getting down the stairs, on your left side you will see the Shadbhuj Gauranga temple.
Okay.
So that is the form he had shown to Prataprudra Maharaj, and it is there.
Thank you, Prabhu. So sweet. It's a blessing for us that you are here, Prabhu. I mean, Jagannath really wanted to embellish the discussion even more, and so many nice things that you said. I know many more things that if you give a chance, you would be discussing the whole day about the Puri, Jagannath Puri pastimes and the sweetness of and the amazing miraculous things that are out there. We will do that another day, maybe exclusively. We can keep for the glories of Jagannath Dham, right? Jagannath Puri Dham.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to glorify Lord.
Prabhu, Hari Hari. Looking forward to meeting you soon, Prabhu, and spend more time. A few things that are there which I will update you, and we can discuss.
Yes.
So,
Please
Prabhu's
come.
Mataji, we will stop here. I know there's a lot of services to do. I do have a few things to complete, and then it's a nice Sunday. We will offer this Sunday with our hearts and soul to the Supreme Lord, Sri Jagannath Ji, and do whatever seva possible with this body, mind, and words for the pleasure of the Lord. Thank you so much for spending your time, and wish you all a very, very happy Rath Yatra Mahotsav. Jai Shri Jagannath Rath Yatra Mahotsav ki jai. Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Shri Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham. Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Koti Vaishnava ki jai. And Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Patitanam Pavanabhyo. Thank you so much, Prabhu Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Dandavas.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.